What's up, ladies and gentlemen? SaintKthulhu here, and welcome back. And today, I got a few things on my chest that I kind of want to get off, and I hope you hear me out. What I want to talk about isn't even an isolated incident. It's something that I see happen every single time something like this happens. Anytime a black man is murdered by the police or murdered by somebody who isn't another black man, people feel like they just have to rush to their defense as if they can't do wrong, as if they haven't done wrong. I've seen people go back into George Floyd's criminal record and pull out that he was a drug user and this, that, and the third to try and justify his murder. Ahmaud Arbery, people tried to justify his murder by saying, oh, he broke into a construction site and was trying to steal, or whatever they said. And if you want to take it all the way back, Trayvon Martin, people said that he shouldn't have resisted. And I think to this date, the one that disgusts me the most is people who said that Tamir Rice, a 12-year-old boy who was shot for holding a toy pistol, they said that as a justification he shouldn't have been playing with it. In a country that glorifies guns, are we really surprised that children want to play with toy guns and BB guns and whatnot, and for that they run the risk of getting murdered? But people don't see that as a wrong thing when they try to justify it. Why? Well, I guess we could agree to disagree. Some people would say that they're ignorant. I just say that it's just blatant racism. Because at the end of the day, if the person's life, i.e. the officer or anybody else, if their life is not in imminent danger, there is no justification whatsoever for taking a life. People who are sworn to protect and serve just willy-nilly murdering people for whatever reason don't need a justification. They need a fucking sentence. And it's one of those things where I can't wrap my head around it whatsoever, because every single time this happens, there's some form of justification on the side of the police. And I can 100% say that doesn't sit well with me. It's very unsettling knowing that I could go out and just be living my everyday life, get murdered, and have people justify it based off one insignificant thing I've done in the past, or one thing that happened at that moment that could have been prevented. And one thing's obvious, at the end of the day, no matter how hard we try and how hard we fight it and how hard we stand against it, racism is just one of those things that's never going to leave. It's too deeply intertwined into the roots of this country to just leave. And my thing is, I don't expect it to leave. I'd want it to leave, but I don't expect it to. But my expectation is that people just be decent people. Just be a good human. There should be no reason that the first thing you do when you see a story like this is try and look for some form of justification. Because in a simple vice versa situation, Breonna Taylor, a woman, an EMT, and probably just a wonderful person, was murdered in her home because officers rushed her home with a no-knock warrant. Now, as one would assume, when you are late in the night sleeping or doing whatever and people are breaking into your house, the first thing you're going to want to do is defend yourself. Kenneth Walker, Breonna Taylor's boyfriend, grabbed his gun and fired on the officers without knowing. And where was the justification there? He didn't kill anybody. She was caught in the crossfire, but there was no form of justification on his case, and he even went to go get charged for attempted murder. And I will say the charges have been dropped, so I guess that's kind of good. But like in that same situation, if you were in that situation, someone was breaking into your home, you don't know that it's the police, would you not defend yourself if you had a weapon? And yet these same people that defend the police time and time again were nowhere to be seen when that happened. This is me speaking first person. This is me seeing people post things about George and Tamir and all these people, but won't post something to defend Kenneth. Like, I lay down the evidence and I let you decide what it could mean. Living and growing up in a country where I know on a daily basis that I could lose my life just because somebody doesn't like the color of my skin is fucking nerve-wracking. But it's also become something that is such a norm that I just kind of expect it to happen. And I think that's what I just want to end. I just want to be able to live my life peacefully without having to worry every day. Now, I've said what I've needed to say. I feel like there's no point in me drawing this out any longer. Hopefully after watching this video, if you are one of these people to always rush to the defense of the police or the aggressor in certain situations against crime against people of my color, I just hope that this video kind of helps change your mind. It helps you see the error in your ways. As always, I've been SaintKthulhu. Hopefully next video will be a little bit more uplifting, and I'll see you guys in the next one.